Episode 110. Continuing where we left off, with the many Moogle post quests. I'm not sure what the official name is. Something like Moogle delivery quests or post Moogle quests. It's the mail. I guess we've learned who this place belongs to. By which I mean who it co-belongs to, because we share it with him. Bugalja and Komori are roommates, I decided. They're probably not in the house at the same time, and I'm pretty sure I might never see him again on screen. But that's just because whenever we're out of the house, he's in. And whenever we're in, he's out, doing whatever dance he does. The other two quests that I have are... I actually haven't decided which one I want to do next. Guess I just kind of flew out on instinct. We have... Stroking the Haft. Something over in Little Solace. With a guy that I don't recognize. It's actually over in Thanalan, not in Little Solace. But it's related to the Sylph somehow? And then... something to do with Badarin, or not Badarin. This place, Buscarons. I think it was... No, this was Druthers. That's right, the bar Druthers. Although we have to start it in Gridania. It's still Glade Fane. I guess... since I recognize Druthers and the owner of the bar... start with that one, since I'm a bit more interested in that. Still the holidays here. The mail doesn't stop for the holidays. No, it only picks up during it, although I guess it does slow down for the holidays. By which I mean, things get a bit hard to manage. Right. I already did the tour, but I figured I might as well do a little bit of walking. It's a pretty late hour at night, so not much people are going to be here, but... damn, I missed my chance. Just missed him. I gotta be quicker on the targeting. This is the only place with snow, I think, in Gridania. And a lot of people pass by it for the quest, but not so much at this hour of night. I figure the most people gather around the holiday event hub area only on the first day it comes out. Everyone eager to join in. Nobody actually goes there, I don't think, on the actual day of the holiday. Whether that's Halloween or Christmas or New Year's. Well, maybe some people do. Some gatherings. People deciding on some forum or Discord channel or something. Hey, let's meet up on the holiday over in Final Fantasy. Doesn't look like there are any players around right now, though. Tomtar Deepcroft, Hawk Manor, and now this. Vengeful spirits clutch at and claw at our forest home, at our very souls. Is there naught we can do to free ourselves from their grip? Thank the gods. I feared it would not arrive in time. This is a comprehensive summary of void sense sightings collected from across the realm, along with the latest series on how to deal with potential cases of possession. A young man recently approached me, you see, fearing that he had fallen under the influence of baleful forces not of this world. We have some experience with possession, don't we, Komori? That was the whole Thaumaturge up to level 30 questline. I guess to free that guy from the succubus we had to do what? Offer him up, or offer that succubus up, another soul to eat, and that somehow drew it out? I don't remember all the details, but we need a live sacrifice, Briar. As the poor soul told me, he oft awakens in the dark of night, in parts unknown, with bruises all over his body and no memory of how he arrived there. The mere thought sends shivers up the spine, does it not? It goes without saying that the man was quite distraught. I promised that I would gather what knowledge I could, and see what I might do to free him of his demons. Thanks to your timely delivery, I am at last armed with the information I need. But there is another rub. My subject has vanished. Even as we speak, dark spirits may have seized control of him once more, and yet I must dive into this tome immediately to have any hope of saving him. If you could track down the man, I would be much in your debt. His sister Adok can be found at Quarry Mill, and may have some knowledge as to his whereabouts. Don't think there's any way to get some extra dialogue out of her, since this quest is in the way. Seems like we've got a spooky happening on Christmas, or whenever this gets uploaded. This is episode 110, so if my counting is correct, this would be the New Year's Eve episode. I'm not doing anything special for New Year's Eve, or New Year's, just the mail. Briar's searching for Spenny, you say? How odd. He left here bells ago, saying he would make straight for the fane. No, this does not bode well. Perhaps he was summoned to work on the way? He makes his living at the Moontoy Cellars, after all, and Master Aramont can be quite the taskmaster. You might do well to ask around there. Doubtless you've already heard, but Spenny hasn't quite been himself of late. I do not want to believe that he would hurt anyone, but I urge you to be wary. Perhaps my brother's colleagues at the Moontoy Cellar may know something of his whereabouts. Spenny, please be safe. For me. Moontoy Cellars. We know a lot about Moontoy Tonic, don't we, Komori? The wonders it works for your vigor, so to speak. Get some for Uriander. He's gonna need it, now that, Moonbrita is visiting. It's a stormy night. It's thunder, but not that kind of thunder. Not the special kind of thunder. I don't think. No. It would be a different kind of weather. It doesn't matter right now. We're doing this. Adok's brother? Oh, you mean Spen. I've been on watch here since daybreak, and I fear I've seen neither hide nor hair of him. When he first started here, he was so devoted to his work that he'd arrive in the cellars bells before his shift began. I cannot help but fear that something is amiss. I've never been here. I don't think. No, wait. I was here one time, I guess. Just exploring what the transition between areas looked like. For some reason, the Moontoy Cellars connect with the North Shroud, where the Sylphs are. Just this little path over here. Some kind of secret underground tunnel, I guess? Sven's gone missing again. The lad's worked hard for us, but I can't deny that his attendance has been somewhat erratic. I feel that if he does not get his act together, and soon, I may have no choice but to let him go. That said, his shift began only minutes ago. I will give him the benefit of the doubt, and trust that he is making his way here as we speak. Believe it or not, these cellars once crawled with beasts. The Order of the Twin Adder came in and cleared them all out, though. 12 bless their hearts. I tell you, I'd love to split a cask of Moontoy brew with the adders. That put me back to work. I think I actually talked to this guy before when exploring this area way back when. That line sounded familiar, a little bit. What's over here? It's Jeffrey. Keep at it, Jeffrey. Looking for Sven, you say? Afraid I can't help you there. Hasn't come around here yet today. Possessed? Huh, I'll believe it when I see it. Like as not, his disappearance has more to do with the 30 casks of Morn toy beans we need to haul up from the cellars today. Oh, the sun is rising. I actually don't want the sun to rise during the spooky Christmas night before New Year's whatever episode. Nightmare Before New Year's. Did I make that the episode title? Is the me watching the future, laughing at myself? Where am I? Sven? Why, yes, that is my name. Beg your pardon, milady, but have we met somewhere? Dear me, I've done it again, haven't I? My sister, my colleagues, Briar, and even you, who I have only just met. I owe all of you my most profound apologies. As Briar doubtless told you, it seems that I have fallen prey to forces most sinister. They strike without warning in the black of night, seizing my limbs, inhabiting my mind, rendering me naught but a puppet to carry out their dark designs. Come morning I awaken, bruised and beaten, with no memory of the horrors I have committed. Oh, guardians of the forest, pray take mercy on my soul. If you're looking for mercy, you're begging up the wrong tree, you shite-arse two-faced swill-sodden lump of gobudung. Oh, it's Buscarone. I forgot what voice I gave him. It doesn't matter. Pay no heed to that man's sob stories. The only sinister force that's got him in its clutches is old Buscarone's mead. 1,396 skills, Sven. That'll cover food, drink, and healing fees for the poor sod whose arm you knew twisted off. Master Buscarone, surely this must be some misunderstanding. Why, certainly I patronize your fine establishment on occasion, but only for a single drink. I suppose that's true. I've not known the quiet, thoughtful Sven to order more than a single flagon of mead. But by the time that flagon is drained, Sven is no more. In his place is the roaring, meat-swilling, punching, kicking, belching, screaming madman whose name strikes fear into the hearts of every man and woman who's ever wanted to enjoy a drink in God's damn peace. Man, you really said that in one sentence, Buscarone. The scourge of the drillers, if not the whole bloody realm. Aye, I speak of you, Spencer of the bottomless cup. This cannot be. I'm no scourge. I am a responsible drunkard. I know when to say when. I do not know what madness took me, Master Buscarone, but I can assure you that it was an isolated occurrence. Please accept my payment. 1,396 gil in full, along with my profuse apologies for the trouble that I've caused. As for the unfortunate fellow who I may have unwittingly injured, please assure him that I will return to the Druthers this evening to make amends in person. And with that, I must be off to the cellars. I'm already late for my shift, and Master Aramont will be rightly furious if I tarry any longer. Farewell, my friends. Ah, yes, the Conjurer's Guild. Do tell Briar that I shall, endeavor to exorcise my own demons. Should the dark forces prove too formidable, I shall call upon her again. I wouldn't get your hopes up. If I had a gil for every time I heard old Sven spout that nonsense, and be a rich man. And thus I heard. There ain't no incarnation what can cure a man's love for liquor. Thanks, Booskarom. Okay, it wasn't a spooky episode after all. I guess I'm not calling it the nightmare before New Year's. Where am I? Right. For some reason I thought it was over here in the South Shroud. Or is this? That was the East Shroud, wasn't it? No, that was South Shroud. Sometimes forget the diversity there of the landscape. Kind of wooded area and then the swampy area here. This place, by the way. How do those people over there get there? I can see that there are tunnels in the back. So that's where they come from. But how do they get to those tunnels? Like, from here? Oh, I see. Doors that I can't access, but they can. That's it. Spencer of the Bottomless Cup. And here I thought that name only a wise tale, dreamed up to steer young children away from the bottle. I must confess, I am somewhat relieved to discover that the spirits that plagued the man were more of a more worldly sort, though that is small solace to the poor souls who must suffer his meat-induced wrath. Sadly, I fear that subduing drunkards is outside my field of research. Should you find the poor man in the throes of madness, pray do what you can to restore him to sanity. We get a lot of food, these quests. Boya base. I can't pronounce it, so I won't put it in my inventory. Beef stew I can pronounce. Not sure why you're holding up your black mage staff. You're supposed to be a courier right now. I guess it serves pretty well as a walking stick. Just eat those right now. Get them out of your inventory. Pineapple Pond's cake goes well with beef stew, I imagine. Beef and pineapple. Beef and pie. When you mix food like this, your food buff doesn't stack, obviously, but the only thing I usually care about for food buffs is how long it lasts. So you can make it last 30 minutes or 60 minutes if you eat two of the same thing, but not two of two different things. That's never really an issue. It's just something that pops into my head every time. And for whatever reason, a sylph is delivering something to the Weaver's Guild. These mail quests are kind of fun. I think on my main character I stopped just doing them because I was in the middle of doing all of the quests for the Adventurers Guild Masters, Mamodi and Mion, and who's the other one? Baderon. Not that those stories were uninteresting or anything. I guess they were just kind of average, as in They're normal people, those guys. But it feels like these quests, now that we're getting deep into the mail delivery, let us go to the corners of the realm that are weird and quirky. Kind of like Hildebrand. Of course, Hildebrand continues on past. Well, until the most current expansion. In fact, not too long ago, days ago even, with 7.1 a new Hildebrand quest came out. But I guess these Moogle quests only exist for 2.x. Might be nice to see them again sometime, but I haven't even finished the quests here yet, so I shouldn't get nostalgic for them yet. How many times must I tell you? Garments such as these might be fit for an ordinary man, but Hunbert Longhaft is no ordinary man. Hells, what is keeping my package? Oh my god. These quests, I guess they really do get weird with them. The description. A new package for Hunbert Longhaft. Not that he was dissatisfied with his current one. And just as a reminder, since when I accepted this quest, had no idea who this guy was, but apparently he's some guy whose entire retinue of soldiers or whatever is women. I was wondering why that was the case, but I guess we're going to get into that. My silk at last. Ah, now this is more like it. Feel for yourself. So soft and pliant. A fabric that truly breathes. This is of sylph-make, you see. A merchant I met in Highbridge sang its praises, and I simply had to experience it myself. Your puzzled expression does not escape me. But Longhaft, you protest. Many a tale have I heard of your blade, and the consummate skill with which you wield it. What use would a virile swordsman such as yourself have with such delicate, even feminine fabric? An astute question, which I answer with a question of my own. You strike me as one who knows your way around the battlefield, yes? And I suppose you are the commander of a formidable unit, one akin to a great machine. Well, we are in the middle of building a veritable gang to combat the Crystal Braves, for the inevitable gang wars that are surely coming, as I always say. But that's neither here nor there. Now suppose this same unit was somehow constrained, forced to do battle in cramped quarters. Would your unit be able to realize its full potential in such unfavorable conditions? He makes an excellent point. But a tight formation on a unit has its own benefits, I say. But are we talking about the same thing? I think we are. Verily not. Only when given room to breathe will a puissant unit swell and expand over the battlefield, and then, upon reaching the full extent of its power, thrust force and penetrate your opponent's defenses. Do you grasp my meaning? And so I would commission a garment to be made from this silk. And yet, my unit is not merely my own. No, the skilled hands under my command see to it that my machine remains well oiled. 2 of these hands accompanied me here to Ul'dah, but it would seem they have eluded my grasp. Or I have eluded theirs, haha. Might you be a good lass and find them for me? I would commission a garment to be made from this silk, and yet my unit is not merely my own. No, the skilled hands under my command see to it. Oh, it's just the same dialogue. I was so certain that he had something else to say. Some witty dialogue about his unit, but I guess they spent it all. I hope you're taking notes, Komori. For your own gang. Exactly what kind of gang you're trying to build. Don't worry, it's not that kind of gang. Unless Alphinode's Crystal Braves are the same kind of gang? No, certainly not. Not Alphinode's Crystal Braves. That first earring I saw would look lovely on my captain, but so would that other one. Gah, why does shopping have to be so goddamn difficult? What? You do well not to scare me like that. I'm a brass blade in service to Captain Hoonbert, better known as Hoonbert Longhaft. No doubt you've heard the tales. None can deny the captain cuts a dashing figure, but I would give him a gift to further bring out his beauty. What say you, adventurer? Do any of these fine ornaments catch your eye? Well, an earring is nice, but a sapphire ring would probably fit better, wouldn't you say? Why, I thought the same myself. Some find sapphires cold, but they do not understand that beneath this cool exterior sleeps a wellspring of passion as deep as the ocean. A passion tempered by maturity and reason. Not coincidentally, it is also the color of my eyes, which the captain has oft admired during late nights manning the control room at Highbridge, as I stroked the lever and admired its workmanship. There are those in the brass blades who do not understand the captain, those who say his exploits on the battlefield do not warrant the sizable reputation he has amassed. I know not which battlefield they speak of, but as someone who has witnessed his swordplay firsthand, I can assure you that the reality far exceeds even the tallest of tales. Speaking of the captain, wherever did he run off to? I must deliver my gift before Elamui does, lest she be the one invited to work the lever tonight. And off she goes. Over this way, I guess. No, wait. That's up the stairs, isn't it? We can cut through here. I'm not using the teleporter. Not right now. When I get tired of walking, I'll use it. Wait. Oh, it was upstairs. I thought, I see. I mistook that area for this area. I'm just role-playing. I'm role-playing as Komori who has a bad sense of direction. That's all. What's the hot gossip? Oh, they're not that kind of NPC. Not everyone has a speech bubble above their head. This way. Stone's Throw. That's a jail, Stone's Throw. Actually, I mentioned my own unit. Komori's gang, that is. I remember one of the recruits from there. Wrong way. One of the recruits, like all the recruits, they tell you the location they came from. And one recruit I remember came from Stone's Throw, meaning I have an ex-convict in my gang. That tracks. Alphinode's Crystal Braves also has an ex-convict. We're only rivaling that. I'll have you know I'm something of an alchemist myself. So many potions and myriad powers and potencies. Surely, one might serve to further harden the captain's, resolve. Oh, don't frighten me like that. I was just shopping for a suitable present for my captain. You have heard the tales of the Longhaft, I presume? Then, you know that he is naturally endowed with both size and stamina. Still, I would see how alchemical innovation might enhance his already prodigious talents. Do any of these files intrigue you, inventor? Well, I don't see the option for Moontoy Tonic here, but I guess we're in the wrong place for that. We'll go with the Ruby Red Potion of Stamina. Because she's Ruby Eyes, I get it now. The previous NPC liked the Sapphire option, and this NPC likes the Ruby option. I could see the Sapphire option just to see for dialogue. It's tempting. Is that so? Do you not feel that this shade of blue is somehow lacking in warmth? Not unlike Itaja's eyes. The last thing I would want to do is stifle the captain's flames of passion. But forgive me, you simply gave an opinion, as you were asked to do. I think your other dialogue might have been more interesting. In the past, the captain shunned alchemy in all its forms, claiming he had no need for unnatural enhancements. Recently, however, I remarked that his blade, already renowned across Eorzea, might reach legendary stature with the right help, and he seemed suitably aroused by the idea. Oh, but I simply must be getting back. Just imagining the captain alone with her is enough to send shivers up my tail. So the captain doesn't like unnatural enhancements, does he? I think I'm bored of walking, so I'll teleport there. I think he should know, a unit is nothing without the proper equipment. Oops. Let's see. Itaja and Alamwe are exchanging heated words. This is a rare occasion where Final Fantasy actually stops you in your tracks with some event that you don't manually trigger. Interesting. The mere suggestion that our captain can partake in alchemical enhancements is an insult, not merely up to him, but to the gods that endowed him with such natural talent. But as I was just saying, natural talent is nothing in the face of technological advancements, some might say. But that's just my opinion. Huh, says the one who would see him adorn his body with gaudy trinkets. Do you even understand the true measure of a man? Well, don't go insulting that. Ungrateful wench, you are not worthy to polish the captain's blade. Captain, I have brought a gift truly perfect for one of your peerless masculine charms. Captain, my gift will see your legendary prowess raised to godlike heights. Captain, you always praised the way I calibrated your lever. You called me an engineer. Captain, you said that no machinist in the realm could keep your parts oiled as I do. Cease this senseless bickering, both of you. You have each served me long and served me hard. Surely you realize by now, there is more than enough man to go around. While I welcome your sentiments, I have no need for shiny baubles or motley brews. The gods have seen fit to endow me well. I would fight my battles on my own merits. If you say so. Besides, there are more important matters at hand. Before you two came in, I had just been informed that my garments are ready. Prepare yourselves. Oh boy. What do you say, Itaja? So dashing, So handsome, so form-fitting. I feel the flames of passion welling from within. I do promise you will wear that the next time you summon me to the control room, yes? This is less obtrusive than I thought, but I guess that's the whole point. The pants are less obtrusive. For you, my love, anything. But we have only just begun. Oh, I see. What say you, Elamue? That broad chest bursting forth, those bulging biceps. My captain, this garment shows you for the god of virility that you are. My only regret is that I cannot quite see under the belt. All in good time, my love. Now do you see? There is more than enough man here for... No, Humbert is no mere man. For within me rages a beast that will be contained no longer. Oh, my God. You know what? My opinion lowered on Humbert, but I'm beginning to understand the man. He has a vision. Behold, did you know that this furred snow creature is legendary for its stamina and the sheer size of its manhood? Now tell me, ladies, what would you like for Starlight this year? That's right now. This is a seasonal episode after all. It's a New Year's miracle. You, my captain, and nothing but you. That's what I thought you'd say. Now if you've gotten over your silly catfight, I believe it's time we went on our way. For even as we speak, bandits and brigands would target innocent merchants who travel through Highbridge. Fear not, ladies. There will be enough time for pleasure when the battles have been won. Yes, sir. If you thought being the Longhaft was all about sweet pleasure and bliss, you'd best think again. Prone to bouts of sibling jealousy, those two, but they're good girls at heart. All the more admirable considering their origins. Stolen from their parents when they were just babes, and sold into a trade where no woman deserves to go. My unit found and freed them, but sadly, the brass blades are not in the habit of taking in children. Granted their freedom, they made their living on the streets, where many turned to selling their bodies. They honed their smarts and their fighting skills. When they returned to me years later as women grown, strong and beautiful, I swore that I would have them, in my regiment, that is. That they know how to properly sheathe my blade is an extra benefit, albeit a most welcome one. And with that, I must return to my post. Well, that was an adventure. Is that guy like an actual NPC that we can find over at Highbridge or something? Maybe I'll stop by and check. Where is Highbridge anyway? That would be... this bridge, right? In Eastern Thanalan? Let's check it out. So there should be some brass blades around here, right? This might be where they post up, but it might just be for that quest only. Could be NPCs created solely for the Moogle quests. But I felt like these quests so far have been about characters that you run into all across the realm. Although I guess earlier in this episode, that one, Spen the Drunkard or whoever that guy was, may also have been a unique character. Though Buscaron himself wasn't. Well, I don't think they're here. Maybe they could appear in some fate or something around this area. Sometimes NPCs are like that. Back to the mail. I kind of like that they give you multiple options all at once. Sometimes 2, sometimes 3. I don't recognize her. All the realm knows, the Deputy Post Moogle has nothing but confidence in his assistants. I shall entrust you with the letter so important, they had to cross the T twice, Kupo. The letter is for a Maelstrom Sergeant at Camp Overlook. Pirates everywhere, terribly exciting, and terrifically dangerous. I love my R's and mateys as much as the next Moogle, but I have pressing duties elsewhere, Kupo. The Sergeant Squigrail is scarier than most. Why, I used to vanish right into thin air whenever she turned her bloodshot eyes my way. Thanks to aspiring carriers like yourself, I needn't do that again, Kupo. You will take the letter to Sergeant Oh So Scary. Are we understood, Kupo? Oh wow, we get a bunch of shards for this, for crafting. Weird. These are more useful to me than the actual food rewards, I guess. Don't recognize the people though. If it isn't my favorite assistant, Kupo, brace yourself, for today I have a task for you that will have all the fair maidens in Gridania green with envy. The letter in my paw is addressed to none other than the homunculi. Homunculi? We didn't get any of that during Severian's Alchemist quest, as much as I wanted it. But there are homunculi in the game. Tell me more about these homunculi. Komori and myself are very interested. You are familiar with the homunculi, yes? The traveling troupe of troubadours, renowned for stirring the seeds of passion the realm over. Ever since their recent performance in Gridania, their popularity has gone through the roof, Kupo. But they are real homunculi, right? Like how the Hex Girls are actually witches or something. Why, I've handled hundreds of fan letters in the past fortnight alone, Kupo. This particular epistle appears to be from a trader in Ul'dah. A matter of business, perhaps. All the more reason that it must be delivered to Gridania with haste. You will find the band and its leader, Augustinio, rehearsing for their next performance at the Great Loam Growery. That does sound exciting. A band, huh? But because it sounds interesting, I feel like I might be overdoing it if I try to stuff it into this episode where we met with the Longhaft himself. Let's do this, since I think there's a better chance that I might be more interested in the homunculi stuff and make that a thumbnail or something, or the title of an episode. Finish off this episode with Captain of Her Heart. And actually, in fact, good idea that I finish it up here. If it takes place in this area, then I can Wrap up over at my house. Mine and Bugal Jaw's house. Delivery? Is that what they're calling it now, sweet thing? Oh, a letter, eh? Thanks. Useful things. Better than Creamer's rum for putting me to sleep. Give it here. No, thank you. I've taken up farming. Curse you, matey, and your goddamn letter. Rip it in half and water it with piss. See if something grows. Farmin', he says. Farmin' he chooses over the red swallows. Gods damn him. And his shrinking violet balls. Now where are my manners? Left him on land when I went to sea. Come back and the swiving things hadn't waited a fortnight before going off with someone else. I got reasons to take the news hard, treacle tart. What an insult, treacle tart. We don't got enough men, or women, mind you. Not going to recruit just anybody, though. We being the meanest, nail-chewingest levy in the whole damn maelstrom. No offense and all, but we ain't interested in a sugar skull like the one atop your shoulders. So out came the paper and ink, and out went them letters to likely roughnecks what retired from privateering. And not by the way of the scaffold. No, no, and more no. That was the last one. That was the last but one. As for that last one, the bloodthirsty bitch should have been here long for now. Set out from the mill to bring some lumber to the camp with another salt hound, they said. Sweet face or no, you got land sense, you do. Boy, do us a good turn, eh? I'll wager the miniature marauder ran into a spot of trouble out near yon floating city. Help him out and I may start feeling grateful like. What a character, this Squigrail. I can see why our boss wants to avoid her. This is the wrong way. What? There's a path here. Or it's the cliff. I'm just gonna fly. Right over the edge. Right here. It's not a long climb if you fly. Actual combat? In the Moogle quests? I was kind of role-playing Komori as going around without a weapon, but I guess we'll pull something out. I mean, we'll pull it out of thin air, but... Oops, that's not it. I'm so unused to this rotation. Don't think I've ever seen flare. Just continuing the AoE rotation even if I don't need to. Want to see those animations for once. Oh, you're the Marauder. You took me kill. You didn't even ask. No, don't be like that, Captain. You was pressed, you know that. I'd say that deserves our thanks, at least. The bloody bastard took me kill. I like being pressed. Sends a tingle up me thighs, it does. If you want to thank the bastard for saving your knickers from a right sword, then you go on and be me swiving guest. I apologize. The captain has never been one for social graces. What with all the killing and marauding. Thank you kindly from both of us for lending a hand. You have the look of a fine killer, though. Sharing slaughter's not as bad when your shadow's an appetite for carnage. Well, if the salt ain't sweet. The captain don't usually have a good word for anyone outside our humble crew. Sergeant Squigrail sent you? Why, that's another surprise. She's not the sort to watch the clock hands. But Rattata's your miniature marauder, sure as salt. Her name's Rattata? The Pokemon? That's incredible. Wait, did I read that wrong? Salthound Stevedore? Oh, I see. Salthound Stevedore is the guy that's talking right now. I looked at this dialogue box and thought her name was Salthound Stevedore, but her name is Rattata. That's still getting me. Okay. It's not that funny. It's just a coincidence. We hadn't much truck with time down at the mill. Poor maid's mill, abandoned it was, when we Salthounds settled in to make a new life. A ghost town? No, adventurer. For old pirates, the only ghosts are out on the open water. And even for not-so-old pirates like that one. Oh, I know what they call her. Rabid Rattata, mad dog of the mill. And they ain't wrong, but she got nothing but fighting in her blood, which is why I worry. 'Twas the captain's idea to clean our hands of reaving and start a new life at the mill. Damn it, now I've gone and put her in one of her moods. Time to haul anchor. We're for Camp Overlook, adventurer. I guessed wrong. Well, I don't know about that next quest, but this quest is actually turning out to be super interesting. I might have even made it its own thumbnail and named the episode after it. After Rabid Rattata. That would have been the perfect name for an episode. But Longhaft had to go and steal the show, didn't he? The Pokemon is called Rattata, at least in English, but I imagine the pronunciation here in Final Fantasy XIV, with Lalafell naming conventions, would be Rattata. This place bores me. I need something to flay. I kinda like Rattata. Join my crew. Join my gang, Rattata. Do it. Didn't budge an inch. I don't think you're recruiting her, Komori. Ahoy, adventurer. You was a big help back Nimwise, thank you. Can you believe Sergeant Swigrail offered the captain a berth in the Red Swallows? Now if only she had a sense to say yes. Oh, there you are. Got me lumber, thanks to you, but not me new recruit. Weren't forsaken for farming, that's some swiving comfort. But bugger if I said why she said no. Got her hackles up, that one. My ma always said every dog needs a little petting, a little treating. A bit of canikin cake? A bit of canikin cake from a friend? Might do, might do. How about it, sweet thing? Are you up to talking to her? Be careful, we just might poach her for our own crew. This is why Komori became a spy for the Moogle Network. Find all of the promising new recruits. You took me kill. I didn't like that. But you fought like a salthound, so you have me here until I grow tired of you. You damned adventurers are all alike. More words than sense. Well, if it's words you wish to waste them on the Stevedore. He's twice the patience of all of us hounds combined. Not interested, eh? Well, think well of her, if you can. The captain is what we made her, not like as not. Her mama got her chest stove in a boarding... Chest stove? Oh, I see. Her mama got her chest stove in boarding a merchantman, and the very next moon, what does her papa do but make a right mess of the steps of some rascaller? And she but a swaddling babe, born on a pirate ship, raised up by pirates, weren't no life for a child. I can still see her toddling along the gun deck, or swinging a wee axe with the blunt edge. Didn't stay blunt for long, and never another child to play with. We should have put her ashore for fostering, but we hadn't the heart to. Got nothing but marauding in her veins, We tried to show her how other folk live, draw her out a bit, but before we knew it, she gutted the former captain and taken his place at the fore. I'd be lying if I didn't say part of me feels it'd be good for her to join the Red Swallows, though we'd be outsore to lose her. She'll have her battles, make boon companions. She'd be a swallow instead of a dog. As for us, we'll find ourselves a new captain. We always do. You wasn't scared of her, Tata, the way most are. That's why she liked you. I know it. Can't you talk to her again? You'll find her near the floating city. She likes the air there. And the prey. Wait, anything more? Technically a different line, but same content. Out at the very edge, huh? Never really looked out at the floating city of Nim like this. It's just kind of this one area on the map here. This little corner. But it extends a little bit further out this way, and maybe up into the sky. Well, it does whenever you're in the gold saucer, doing the leap of faith event. You again. I could kill you. I can kill most things if I'm in the mood. Let me serve it straight to you straight, I like. I don't need them red swallows, 'tis them what needs me is all. I know me men call me rabid. Does it look like I care a whit and a half? I know I ain't the sick one. Dogs is loyal. I kill for them salt hounds. I kill for me family. I don't ken what the red swallows kill for. That's sick if you ask me. Maybe I'd kill for you sometime. That might be right agreeable. Join me. Join my crew. Enough words. I'm heading home. You keep that gob of yours clapped, or I'll find a dead rat to stuff it with. Woman of few words, that one. I guess that's a maybe on joining our crew. The Crystal Braves don't stand a chance. A good hound keeps their maw shut. You a good hound, venturer, or a dead one? Any luck, adventurer? The cabin hasn't uttered a word since she came back from Nim. Let me guess, this dog won't fly, eh? It breaks my heart to see her be calm like this. A young girl shouldn't be holed up in a hamlet with nothing but axes for company. I suppose she ain't no young girl anymore. Well, we'd best be on our way back to poor Maid's Mill. Give Sergeant Squigrill my apologies. Lalafell to Lalafell communication. What are you doing? Sweet navigator, no, no, and no. If one swallow don't make a summer, what's no swallow make? All that work and not one recruit won. Still, if Ratata's there, we won't have to worry none about the mill. Not even a kobold's brain blown enough to take the place when she's about. Not the finest hour for the red swallows. Swive 'em that don't know what they're missing. Mayhap I need to rethink our recruiting standards. 7 hells. Lower 'em a bit. Try out a few weaklings, real soly bubbles. Soly boobs? A lot of weird words, this Swigrail. Might work if I can get the swallows to take it easy on the sweetlings. Maybe train 'em separate like for a while. Try as I might, I don't see it working. Be like putting tar in grog, calling it as good as... Just going to have to divvy up extra duties. Be patient. I wonder what the max level is, if it's 1 level per quest. Maybe it ends around 20 or something? Another honest day's work complete. As a postal, Moogle, Lalafell. Time to hit the sack. Now would be a good time to take a break.